Hello viewers! Today I'm going to try to make bangmunju again. So I was inspired by this recipe, a slightly different bangmunju recipe than last time. Please see my previous video for a discussion of this recipe. This is a 3-stage brew with some unique characteristics, so I'm excited to try it out. This is a little complicated, so here's the outline. First stage, sweet rice flour porridge. I'm not sure of the recipe, so I'm trying it two ways: 100% sweet rice flour or half and half rice flour and mung bean flour. Second stage is gobob. Third stage is roasted sweet rice porridge, something I've never tried before. So day 0, make 2 kinds of juk. Jar A is the sweet rice flour, and jar B is half and half sweet rice flour and mung bean flour. Otherwise, these 2 jars are the same, except for this starting juk. Everything else should be the same for both jars. Okay, as it's cooling down, mix up the naruk. Again, the same mixture for both jars. This is really thick, so a little hard to stir. So leave the lids partially unscrewed and stir twice a day for 2 days. So jar A is bubbling, but jar B is really bubbling. That's the one with the mung bean flour. So day 2, A calmed down a lot. B's still bubbling a little bit. And on day 2, we're going to make the gobob. So second stage is gobob. When you're making makgeolli, you're washing a lot of rice and making a lot of gobob. Alright, cool that down. And we're going to put equal amounts of the gobob in each jar and then mix it by hand. Okay, everything seems to be good. Okay, make sure you don't close the jars all the way. So they are fermenting differently. Jar B does look different than jar A. So we have a problem. Day 5, it is too quiet and the match stays lit. This means there's a fermentation problem. This is an emergency. I have to mix some more yeast and add to the jars and start stirring it again, try to get the fermentation going. Okay, so it looks like I got fermentation restarted. I'm going to do this. The third stage now. This is the roasted rice. This is the special stage. So just a small amount of rice, dry roasted until brown, and then add water, bring to a boil again, and let it thicken and cool. So this is the roasted rice juk. Add equal amounts of that to each jar. That should give it a special flavor. And close the jars again, partially open, let it continue to ferment. Okay, now it's fermenting again. Okay, the jars do look different. We'll see how this turns out despite the problem we had. Okay, still bubbling on day 14 a little bit, at least B is, but on day 15, both are quiet, so let's bottle it. So 200 grams of jjigae meat for jar A, and 200 grams of jjigae meat for jar B. Okay, so there's the result. So I did have a fermentation problem in the middle, but let's see how it turned out in the end. 2 positive things: both A and B have a pleasant burnt caramel flavor. small amount of jjigae. Jar A was especially sweet, creamy, and thick, and jar B fermented longer and was stronger, and actually had a better chongju. For once, the chongju is actually interesting. Usually my chongju is sort of dull and boring, so this has a nice caramel flavor. I like it. Both brews are quite sweet. That probably has something to do with the fermentation problem. So it's quite sweet and thick, but in the end it worked out. Thanks for watching.